I was told Thanksgiving was just family. Then I saw photos of everyone, even the neighbors. I waited until Dad asked about the $2,900 mortgage, smiled, and canceled his card. 53 missed calls by morning. So, get this, Dad calls me up, and in the kind of voice he'd used to tell me it's going to rain tomorrow, he says, "We won't need you for Thanksgiving this year." Keeping it small, you know? Ouch, right? I squeezed out an okay, though it felt like I was swallowing rocks. He goes on, "Yeah, just the immediate family, but you get it. Oh, and don't forget the mortgage payment, okay? $2,900 coming up soon. We really appreciate the help." I just whispered, "Sure," while feeling that cold wave of numbness wash over me. I hung up and stared at my phone. Thanksgiving with the family, except, apparently, I'm not part of the family anymore. I'm just the ATM, the backup plan. They didn't even bother trying to make up some tale about how busy I am or how the house is too cramped. Fast forward 3 days, and I'm on break at work, scrolling through my phone, sipping on coffee that might as well be cardboard. I see it, a photo. Bam, right in my face. My family's living room all decked out for Thanksgiving. Turkey, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, the works. There's Mom, laughing with her wine glass, Dad all red-faced and grinning, and my sister Sarah snuggling up to her boyfriend. Even the neighbors were there, all smiles. Everyone but me. I could feel my breath getting stuck, like I was seeing things, but no, there was the caption, "Thankful for family. Grateful for everyone who made it." Everyone. I didn't reach out. Didn't text or call. Just stared at that picture, feeling that tightness behind my eyes and the ache I'd known for years. Then, at 7:43 the next morning, Dad shoots me a text, "Hey, just checking you're still on for that $2,900 mortgage, right?" I stared at it, just a demand, not a question. So, I typed back, "Absolutely." But right after, I opened my banking app and canceled the automatic payment. Quiet from my phone for exactly 4 hours and 19 minutes, then it blew up. Calls, and more calls, 53 by 8 p.m. and I didn't answer a single one. I knew what they were all thinking, but they had no clue what was coming. I let them squirm. 53 missed calls, voicemails filled with desperation, even Sarah whining on Facebook about how selfish I was. But it wasn't enough. They never saw me, just used me. Not family, more like their emergency fund. So, time to hit them where it hurt. First, the mortgage. I've been forking over $2,900 a month since Dad quit his job over his boss not promoting him. Mom's part-time gig was all about selling overpriced oils online. Did they ever say I was covering the whole house? Nope. Just a little help turned into the whole shebang. So, I called the bank and canceled that autopay. 10 minutes later, Dad was texting about a problem with the payment. Ignored it. Next, Mom's credit card. I was the cosigner, and it was supposed to be for emergencies. Apparently, online shopping and spa trips counted as emergencies. Balance? $3,700. Cancelled it. She'd find out soon enough. Then there was Sarah's shiny red SUV. I co-signed, thinking she'd handle payments in a few months. Yeah, right. Called up the dealership and set up a voluntary repossession. "Are you sure?" they asked. "Oh, I'm sure," I said. 3 strikes. Small cuts, but enough to get them bleeding. Everything stayed quiet that night. Too quiet. But the next morning, the calls rolled in. Dad again, a bunch of calls, and then a text. "This is serious. They're saying we're overdue. Call me." By noon, Mom's voicemail, her voice all shaky. "Sweetheart, please. There's a mistake. The mortgage, my card. Can you help us fix it?" Then Sarah blew up the group chat I had with them. "You did this, didn't you? Mad about not being invited." Me? What did I do, Sarah? Her car was about to get repossessed. Must be a mistake. Maybe try paying for once. Silence. Then a private message from her, "You were just doing this to hurt us. Always jealous 'cause Mom and Dad love me more. Go ahead, ruin things." And that was that. Feeling important seemed like the only way to go. But jealousy was creeping in, hanging around my mind like a lit match near a gas station. I checked out her profile, scrolling through all those pics with my parents. Yep, there she was in all those vacays, birthday parties, and family get-togethers I didn't even know about. As I kept scrolling, the hurt morphed into something colder, sharper. Then, bam, I saw it, a post from a couple of weeks back. "Family is everything. So grateful to have real family around. Real family, huh? I felt my stomach churn with anger, but I pushed it down. No more rage, just plans. That's when I remembered Mrs. Carmichael, the super nosy neighbor. She was always snapping pics at family shindigs and blasting them on Facebook. I shot her a message. Hey, Mrs. C, hope you're doing awesome. Got any cool pics from Thanksgiving? I wasn't there and would love to see the fam. She was over the moon that someone cared and sent me a bunch of photos in record time. There they were, my parents cracking up over turkey, Sarah cuddling with her boyfriend, even the neighbors. Everyone was there except for one person, me. Exactly what I needed. I saved those pics and texted my mom one with a note, "Did you have fun with your small family?" She read it instantly. No response, but she started calling, along with Dad and Sarah. I ghosted them. That night, I hunkered down with pizza and wine, watching my phone light up with their frantic calls. They weren't sorry, they were just scared about losing my money. The next day, Dad tried guilt-tripping me. Enough games. We raised you. We sacrificed. Is this your thank you? I shot back a text, raised me or used me? This isn't payback, it's a refund. In the afternoon, Sarah posted one of those passive-aggressive statuses. Some people destroy their own family for attention. But real family never gives up. It was public, and the comments were a mess of family and friends rallying behind her, calling me ungrateful. They wanted drama? I'd give them a show. I gathered all their money asks, guilt trips, and screenshots of me covering their expenses while they called me soft. I put it all in a neat little folder and decided to go public. I made a big post, "Family isn't who you're born with, it's who stands by you." For years, I covered their bills and mistakes, but when they didn't need me, I was forgotten. I'm done being their ghost. Attached was one of those happy family photos I was absent from. And I posted it. Boom, my notifications went nuts, some were shocked, others supportive, but lots called me dramatic. Didn't matter. Now they had to face the truth head on. From my couch, I watched the chaos explode on my phone, calls from Mom, angry texts from Sarah, and Dad's voicemail swinging between anger and pathetic pleas. Ignored them all. The truth was unleashed like wildfire, and they were scrambling in the middle of it all. Then, Mom texted out of the blue, "Hey, the neighbors are having a 4th of July barbecue. You should come. Everyone wants to see you. We'll show them we're a strong family." A strong family? They seriously wanted to parade me around like their golden child, then go back to treating me like their personal ATM. They wanted a spectacle? I'd give them one they'd never forget. July 4th rolled around, with American flags everywhere and the smell of grilled food in the air. Families were laughing, and everything seemed picture perfect. I decided to show up, but not as their son. This time, I was coming as the truth. I got there a bit late. The yard was packed, filled with music, laughter, and grilling burgers. My family was right in the center, dressed in red, white, and blue, trying to be the stars of the show. "There he is," Dad shouted when he saw me, flashing a too-perfect smile. "Our son, always here for us, right?" So, there I was at another one of those family gatherings, right? Mom suddenly darts over, grabs my arm, and forces this grin that looked like it could crack her face. She's all, "Isn't our family just the best? Our son is always there to help us." Sarah, holding a drink, tosses me a look that's dripping with smugness. "Oh yeah, super generous, couldn't do it without him," she chimes in. The neighbors are nodding, raising their glasses. It's like a toast to strong family. Strong? I actually felt a weird sense of calm for the first time in ages. I couldn't help myself and said out loud, "Really? A strong family, huh? Like that Thanksgiving when I wasn't even invited, but all of you were just having a great time?" The laughter fizzles out, and Mom's face goes sheet white. She's like, "What are you talking about?" Dad gives a nervous chuckle. "I'm on a roll now. Or maybe it's strong because I've been the one footing the bill for your house for the last 3 years, $2,900 a month. And I haven't even gotten a simple, thanks." The crowd starts exchanging looks, and whispers spread. And Mom, with her so-called emergency card, racking up $3,700 on shopping and spa getaways, knowing full well I'd cover it. Sarah's face turns beet red. "Stop it," she says, stepping forward. "Are you seriously trying to ruin this for us?" Ruin it? I whip out my phone. If honesty ruins you, maybe blame the lies. I tap the screen and up pops the family's big Thanksgiving bash, everyone grinning with the neighbors, except me, of course. Dad makes a move towards the screen, but I block him. Nope. This is just the start. I swipe again, and screenshots pop up. Mom, Sarah, And Dad's texts about me always paying because I'm too soft. Silence falls over the crowd. Someone whips out their phone to start filming. Really, Sarah? I ask. After all these years of you calling me selfish? Sarah flips out, smashing her drink. You're just trying to make us look bad, she screeches. I laugh, showing the truth isn't making you look bad. Mom's all teary and shivering as she pleads, please, not in front of everyone. At that, I raise my phone higher. This isn't a family, it's a bunch of takers. Dad grabs my arm, trying to hustle me out. Enough, you're embarrassing us. I pull away. More embarrassing than being your walking ATM? I'm done. As I turn to leave, the neighbors are a mix of shocked, amused, and disturbed. I announce, they didn't invite me to Thanksgiving, they called me greedy. Here's your truth, they only love my money. Sarah lunges for the TV to turn it off, but more screenshots just keep rolling out. Stop it, you're ruining everything, she screams. Yeah, I reply, I'm ruining a lie. Mom clings to my hand, her act in full swing, begging for a chance to fix this. I lean in close, fix it without me, I say before striding away. Behind me, Dad's shouting, Sarah's bawling, and Mom's begging, but it all just bounces off. No shame this time, just freedom as I stroll past the gawking neighbors. After that barbecue went down, silence set in. No calls for a whole week, and I didn't mind one bit. I knew their house was drowning in unpaid bills, the mortgage back in their name, utilities getting cut off, Mom's credit card shut down, and Sarah's car, which I co-signed for, repossessed and auction ready. They were falling apart, and I just let it be. I reached out to the bank, calmly explaining I'd like to dispute those mortgage payments because I was misled, thinking I was a co-owner. That's serious, the bank guy said, but I've got proof, texts and all. 3 days later, I get the call, Mr. Carter, we see significant misrepresentation. We'll refund $12,400 as a settlement. I grinned. Great. Send it over. A win in my pocket. Then I moved on to the credit card company to report some fraudulent use. So, I was dealing with this whole mess involving a joint account where someone else started making unauthorized purchases. Surprisingly, the bank was super helpful, and about a week later, I got an email letting me know that all those disputed charges were reversed. I got $3,700 back into my account, score 2 for me. Then came the car situation. I honestly didn't expect to get anything back for it, I just wanted Sarah to learn her lesson. But out of the blue, the dealership called me saying, Mr. Carter, the car we repossessed has been sold. As a cosigner, you get a cut. After fees, I ended up with $4,200. That's win number 3. Altogether, I got back over $30,000, money I never thought I'd see again. Meanwhile, their world was crashing down. Their house was on the edge, utilities shut off, they were using candles and barely getting by. They were calling up every relative they could, begging for help to stop the chaos. And thanks to this barbecue video I posted, the story blew up. Neighbors shared it, strangers reached out saying they'd been played by family too. So, I wasn't alone, but my family sure was. Then, it all came to a head. One rainy Sunday, there was a knock at my door. I almost didn't answer, but then I saw it was them. Mom, Dad, and Sarah looked drenched and miserable. I opened the door a crack. Please, Mom whispered. Please let us in. I just stared. Why? I asked. Dad swallowed and said they needed to talk. Talk like when you called me selfish? I shot back. Sarah broke down crying, apologizing, but I wasn't buying it. They all knew what they were doing. Mom dropped to her knees, begging. They had lost everything, even their neighbors wouldn't speak to them. I just nodded, arms crossed. Dad finally admitted they were wrong, and he thought I'd always bail them out. I let out a cold laugh. You didn't care about me, just about what you could take from me. They were soaked and defeated, looking like strangers instead of family. I told them the banking stuff was settled, and they wouldn't see another dime from me. They were stunned. Mom pleaded, just don't leave us, but I reminded her that they left me when they decided I was just their ATM. So, I closed the door, letting them feel the full weight of what they'd lost, not just money, but me. I watched as they left, swallowed by the rain, feeling nothing, no guilt, no anger, just peace. Silence became my new best friend. No more desperate calls or guilt trips. My mornings were peaceful, just sipping my coffee and enjoying the sunrise. That $30,000 wasn't just cash, it was my ticket to freedom. Later, I ran into Dad at the grocery store. He looked worn out, smaller. Our eyes met, and his face went pale. He shuffled over and admitted he used me, treated me like a bank, never thought I'd walk away. I just let him talk, feeling the silence crush him. He thought he was teaching me to help family, but really, he was just taking. He wanted to know if I could forgive him, but I wasn't his victim anymore. He nodded, broken, and walked away. I finished my shopping and went home, sipping coffee by the window, appreciating the calm. They say family is everything, but I learned something else: respect and trust are everything. And freedom? That's priceless.